Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to whatever this show is. We don't know yet. And I would like to thank the YouTube algorithm, the sponsor of today, because there's no way that you actually search for this video. And but here we are. So thank you, Susan, for this. The economy is rough, guys. Listen, the economy is rough. I cannot pay my rent, and if I don't want to be on the streets, I have to jump on this YouTube grift. So yeah, without further ado, let's just, see what's out there and discuss some topics about gaming. So today we're gonna watch Gaming Addiction with Dr. Phil. Yeah, let's just jump into it.
Crosses the line.
Who do you think you're talking to?
He gets what he wants by bullying us and terrorizing this house.
Nico has threatened to kill us. Taking back control.
You're not going to school, so you're basically just sleeping, eating, playing video games.
Yeah, I've tried everything.
That's the dream,
You're
innit?
negotiating with your child to take a shower.
Well, I was kind of bargaining.
You're enabling the behavior.
Shock and horror. If someone needs to bargain with me to take a shower, for me to take a shower, I'll take it. Just pay my bills for the water, cause god damn it, electricity is so goddamn expensive.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to
Maybe
bring
that's why
you
the
to
kid
the
is
threshold
doing
of
it,
change
to save
than right
the
now.
bills, but his mom is not appreciating his sacrifice. It's cool. They're making fun of him, but the truth is, my man is actually the one carrying his family.
We've got parents who let a 14-year-old basically drop out of school so he has time to play video games 17 hours a day. Video.
17 hours a day. I mean, that's a little bit excessive, but I remember when I was young and I was playing World of Warcraft, and yeah, I didn't drop out of school, but I was playing 16 hours a day whenever I was free. Especially my summer break. God, I remember playing all these days with my boys. We were raiding all sorts of raid bosses in World of Warcraft. It was such a good time. If you're having fun, why is that such a big a deal? Yeah, to drop out of school, that's not good at all. I believe education is very important, but also playing video games, man. It depends. Like, what if this is your dream to be a professional gamer? And whilst many people scoff at that, why? A lot of people are making crap ton of money. I went down the traditional route. I have a job and everything, and I barely make as much money as some of the professional gamers, and they're just leaving me in the dust. So yeah, if you're a professional esports athlete, and I'm saying this because some people scoff at that as well, but there's proof that some teams, some esports organization are taking this really to the next level with diet, with nutrition, with proper exercise and everything like that. What if you're amazing at popping headshots on Counter-Strike? Yeah, I mean, clearly there's a market for that. And if you don't hone your skills, how are you actually gonna make it? And if the argument is yeah, but only the 1% of the 1% actually making the money, yeah, sure. But you also need to shoot for the stars, otherwise you'll never make anything. So this is my problem with the initial 17 hours a day he plays video games. But yeah, I digress. Let's keep on watching.
Games. Now, his mom even has to negotiate with him to take a shower. Now, mom blames dad, and dad blames the child. Take a look.
My 14-year-old son, Nico, is absolutely addicted to his video games.
Let me get the shoe, go 6'9". Let me get the shoe. No!
He'll be on this device for 17 hours a day sometimes. I try to get Nico off video games, tell him that he's limited. He can only have 5 hours a day, and his answer is, oh, that's not gonna happen.
Okay, I mean, 5 hours a day, more than enough at your age to have fun and practice your skills if you need to. His dream is to become a professional gamer, I believe. I think it's discussed in again, with 5 hours a day. That's more than enough for you to do that, to have fun, to practice whatever game you're choosing to play, and then still, go to school and educate yourself, because what if it doesn't work for you to be a professional gamer? Even if you're really good at Fortnite, even if you're really good at Counter-Strike or any other shooting game, or any game for that matter, probably is not going to be enough to just do that. and if it doesn't work, if you don't have anything to fall back to, and your education is jeopardized, it's not really good.
And it's a fight.
I asked you hours ago to clean up that mess. What's going on?
Nico is.
I mean, yeah, clearly with with his behavior, I don't think video games are to be blamed. It's just, you know, he's a brat. He's a spoiled child. His parents messed up with raising him properly, and he's talking smack, talking back, insulting his parents. You know, that's shit. But yeah, I don't think that has something to do with video games or the violent nature of video games.
The most spoiled child.
Nico,
Get out!
stop it.
Get
Get
out!
off.
Right the now!
Nico can get so angry, he will destroy everything in the house, anything in his path, anything that Nico can get his hands on will get destroyed.
What is my computer?
It's like a barbarian from Diablo. Well, he's destroying everything because he doesn't have to pay for anything, and he has anger issues, which could be something different than you know, blaming the video game.
That's what he wants by bullying us and terrorizing this house. He'll pull his hair.
Stop it, Nico.
He'll start screaming if he's not on his devices.
Nico, your mouth.
I take him off the internet and he immediately starts throwing things and breaking things. And it's cost us thousands of dollars replacing everything that he's broken. He'll bang his controller. If I don't give him what he wants, I'm gonna break this phone.
That is so stupid. Now, I mean, I get it. It's Dr. Phil. That the whole point is to be dramatized and whatever. But like, there's a camera crew filming, and then the guy is just like breaking his controller. Yeah, just don't buy him another controller. Not a parental expert, but like, I mean, if you're gonna be doing this, there's consequences to that, and you're gonna learn pretty fast that you just can't do that.
Nico is not in school right now. He wants to be a YouTuber when he gets older, and he doesn't need school.
I mean, who doesn't want to be a YouTuber, you know? Like, look at the money some people are making. So yeah, by the way, subscribe to this channel. And if you want to sponsor us, please, you know, I'm awaiting anybody. It's tough. So yeah, I'll take your money.
Force Nico to get up and go. It was impossible. He's a very large child.
I think Nico takes advantage of me more now because he knows that I'm disabled, I'm in a wheelchair, and there's not much I can do. He'll strike out and he'll hit me. Physically, I'm no match for him. He's a big kid and I have one leg. There's not much I can do.
I feel our family is falling apart. We desperately need help to get everything back on track.
It's absolutely out of control, and I see it only getting worse.
I am about to break your nose like I did.
All right, I mean, there's clearly something else going on. It's not really the video game. It's like there's deeper issues within that family, and the kid is just probably using gaming as escaping mechanism to just, you know, again, for lack of better words, escape the reality and just be there. However, gaming could lead to some anger issues, and they could be exacerbated by the fact that he has other issues at home, with his friends, anything, you know, for that matter.
How did it get this way where we have a child running the house?
What do I do to stop it? I've taken things away. I've had my nose broken 3 times. I've taken him to doctors. I've tried everything.
Dad, what are you doing about this?
When he starts getting into a rage and getting violent, I go upstairs in my studio, my music room, to avoid it, because he winds up getting physical with me.
Well, Kathy says that she can't get Nico on a schedule and ends up acting.
I mean, okay. So the dad, the man of the house, you know, when his child throws a tantrum, just goes away and like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. And then the kid is like, okay, I can reign supreme here. Anything I do goes unpunished, no consequences whatsoever. I mean, yeah, I don't need to tell you anything more.
like his mate. She also has a hard time getting him to do just what I call activities of daily living, things that just really are fundamental to just being a socialized human being. Take a look.
Nico begs and begs and begs to get what he wants.
Can I please just get 3.99 cents first?
No, I shouldn't even have to bribe you to take a shower. I shouldn't have to pay you. But if you take one, I will allow you to get something. But you're taking your shower first. That way I know if it's done.
Can I get calf now?
No. Stop
It will
banging.
get done. God.
Nico, don't. It's very simple. Bang the phone again and I take it away from you. Take your shower.
Please. I can't.
You can't take
Stop
the
it,
shower.
Nico.
And just gonna let me.
Stop saying that.
I mean, very typical. That's jokes aside, but like very typical behavior. It's very typical for gamers not to shower for days. Been there, done that, and you've been there, and you've been doing that. Don't pretend to be better. It's very typical.
No, I'm not gonna stop.
Stop saying that.
Whatever, Kathy.
There we go, calling me by my name. Keep it up with the disrespect, Nico, and you're gonna lose everything for
Whatever.
the day. You're not getting anything until you do what you need to do, which is take a shower. I'll think about the 3.99 census, but I'm not waiting until 4:30.
Alright.
So in the end, I allowed him to get the small things that he wanted, and he's going to take a shower in 2 hours.
Microtransactions in real life. Shower, $3.99. Gaming is out of control. Please, erase these microtransactions. They're ruining real life.
It's now 3:45, and you promised me at 2:30 you would take a shower?
I forgot.
Well, I'm reminding you. Take a shower and then
Mom,
we can
I'm
get
in the
back
middle
on.
of something. I can't right now. Please.
See, this is what happens every
Moms,
time.
they'll never get that you cannot pause online games.
Time. My thought process on that is...
Wait a second. Do you really want to spend time defending that? Because we
No,
only
I
have
wanted
so
to
much
explain
time.
it.
Do
I
you-
just wanted to explain.
There
I'm
is
not
no
defending
explanation.
it.
I can save you some time. There is no explanation.
Yeah.
Are you oppositional as
Sometimes-
well? Do you argue with everything?
Yes, I do. I've been in the legal field for 38 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
And I
sorry,
can
I
win.
know.
So just don't bother.
You cannot win on Dr. Phil against the final boss himself, Dr. Phil. It's in the name for a reason.
He's a big sucker when it comes to his son and buys back devices that he's confiscated or smashed. Okay, Kathy and her husband Evo say their 14-year-old son Nico learned his behavior from what's going on inside their home and not from playing violent video games 17 hours a day. Take a look at what they had to say.
Get off.
Right the now!
Nico's behavior is absolutely learned behavior.
Leave me alone!
Evo has shown him how to do this by the way he acts.
Get me!
Get off me.
When Evo's angry at me, he'll get very disrespectful. The two of them are two peas in a pod.
I have slapped Nico in the mouth, in the face, for cursing at me.
Evo, show what a maniac you
All right, I mean, do we even need to discuss this? Like, the dad is some abusive dad. So the son learned it from the dad and is also coping with the abuse that his dad is giving him. And he's just, perpetuating the cycle. That has nothing to do with video games causing that behavior. I mean, the kid admits that he doesn't really get away with his parents. All right, we got the problem. There's some deeper issues here, but maybe the abusive talk. He picked up the abusive talk from his dad for sure, but also he honed his skills as a trash talker, in video games. So that definitely gives him a mental edge when he fights against his opponents. Maybe to get that W. Jokes aside.
How are you going to get by when your out there and you don't have any skill set,
I don't know.
you don't have a high school diploma, you don't have any particular skills, how are you going to pay your bills and live?
I don't know.
Hey, there you go. Says he wants to be a pro gamer. And Dr. Phil is just grilling him, you know, how are you going to be this? How are you going to be that? If you don't have a high school diploma and whatnot. But again, there's like other examples in life where people became professional athletes. And again, you might disagree that this is an athlete, but if you go to top organizations, then you need to perform and you're on a contract. And if you don't perform, they're gonna, you know, rip your contract apart and just gonna go, yeah, you are an athlete because you don't just drink alcohol and eat Doritos and eat pizza. You do have to perform on a different level than some kind of streamer that maybe you guys are familiar with. They do have to approach the game professionally. And when you approach it professionally, it's no longer just a hobby. It becomes your job. And when it's a job, it's called, yeah, I mean, you become professional. You can become an athlete in video games. There you go.
Think about that?
Yeah.
Dr. Phil, I fight with this in my head every day, worrying about him later on in life.
And his dad is just like, I'm worrying about him every day in my life, about the rest of his life. I mean, first of all, you have some anger issues that you need to deal with. Go to somebody to check you, or like family counseling or something. But on the other hand, back to my point about, because it's just video games, it's automatically assumed that he will never achieve anything in his life and he's a total loser. Whereas video games and the gaming industry eclipses any other industry for that matter, and can bring you so much more money and so much more success. So I don't understand why we cannot switch, you know, our brains to see this industry as what it is. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of, you know, people wasting their time, but it's only a waste of time if you actually not get anything out of it. You know, like a lot of people wasting their time at their like day-to-day jobs. So I don't understand the hate. At least here you might get, you know, at the job you're paying the bills, cool. But like here, you might hone your skills, become better, and actually, you know, start paying the bills as well. So yeah, stop the hate against the video gamers, man.
It kills me. Because right now, the way he's going, he's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah. Because y'all have a parental duty. I mean, you have a parental duty, and your parental duty is very clear. It's to prepare a child for the next level of life and to live independently. That's what parents' job is. And
all right, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that about the parental duty. They failed miserably at preparing this kid for anything at this point, but also the kid is young. It's never too late to overturn what the damage that has been done, and, you know, take it from there and make him a better human being. But there has to be, you know, sacrifices, and there has to be a proper strategy on how to achieve this. And again, if he's so much into video games, maybe nurture that, but also make him learn how to behave like you know, like an adult.
And I'm gonna talk to you soon.
Are we going now?
Yeah. I love you.
All right, so they sent the kids. Everyone's super happy. The kid is like, oh, am I going actually? And they're like, yeah, you need to go. Then off he goes, and then boom, after only 9 days, Nico's parents pulled him from the program because he complained of the cold and the boot camp conditions. I mean, what do you guys expect? He's a kid, he's like 14 or either 14 years old. Like, he's not gonna be, oh yeah, it's amazing, it's cold, I'm freezing my butt off, I wanna stay here. This is so dumb. Like, they were so happy that the kid is gonna go, and then again, it's a problem. This again shows the problem that the family has, and the kid uses games as escaping mechanism from like all the shit show that is happening in his life. It's such a dumb take, man. Like such a dumb take on video games making him, dysfunctional, violent, and whatever. How is he supposed to be a normal kid when his family is bad, is garbage? Like, I mean, yeah, they're not doing what parents should be doing. Like, what do you expect? But again, back to my point of, I hope the message is clear here. Video games are not the problem. Video games could be, an amazing career for someone, and I believe should be nurtured if the person shows a talent, and he has some abilities that other people don't, because clearly there is a massive market for that. If you go on Twitch, if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of people just watching other people that are better than them, or even not better than them, but just funny, and how they play the game, because it's a form of entertainment. Like, what is the difference between doing that and watching a Netflix show about blind love, where clearly it's some scripted garbage, where people just don't meet each other, they just talk and be like, yeah, I want to marry you. I mean, that makes no sense. Video games are awesome, man. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. And yeah, if you want to sponsor this this channel, we take all sorts of games to sponsor us. Like, don't worry, we take your money. Times are tough. We need to pay the bills. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that shenanigans, and I'll see you in the next one for some garbage like that again. All right, bye.